Prior to its independence in 1948, Sri Lanka was known as Ceylon, and post-independence there was a situation of civil war going across the island, which was because of the varied linguistic ethnicity. And there were two major communities in Sri Lanka, the first being the Sinhalas and the second being the Tamilians. Now, one major point to keep in mind and to note here is that within this Tamil community there were two diverse groups. First were the Sri Lankan Tamilians, and the second were the Tamilians who migrated from India as plantation workers. And there is a representation in this particular work of the conflict between these communities and how it impacted them, who were in the majority, who was in the minority. And let me just clear one thing here, that the Sinhalas were in the majority and Tamilians were the minority, and because of this conflict, the ethno-religious conflict, cultural conflicts, the Tamilians felt suppressed, and because of this oppression over the Tamilians, the Sri Lankan Tamilians also got into the same mortar and pestle, got grinded into the same mortar pestle. Hello everyone, namaste, a very warm welcome to my channel. I hope that you all are doing great. Welcome to a brand new video where I have made a small attempt at making a reading vlog. I haven't vlogged that much, but this is just a small step towards making it better in the future. And the book that I am going to talk about in this particular one is The 7 Moons of Maali, Almeida by Shehan Karunatilaka. He is a writer from the Sri Lankan diaspora, and this particular work has won the Booker Prize for the year 2022 and is much deserving to win that, because of the varied and placid themes that it discusses. Now, if I talk about the reading experience of this book, I kind of started this book back in the year 2023, the starting of the 2023 year, and I could not read at that time. I just couldn't get the hang of this book, so I just kept it back in my shelf and I decided to pick it up later. So this time I started reading it, and the day one of reading it I visited a cafe. It's a really calm cafe. In fact, its name is Calm Street Cafe. So I visited there and I read a bit. I had a great time reading it. I thought that reading in a cafe won't be a fruitful experience because of the music playing in the background, but I was wrong. It was a great experience. So yeah. I'll just add some snippets of what I recorded on the day one of reading it.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. I would. We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice. Not sleeping well, and I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
I understand that the lighting is pretty bad in those snippets while I was recording or vlogging, or trying to vlog in the cafe. You see, it was my first time recording myself outside the house, and I was a bit skeptical as to where I should place my camera phone and to where the lighting is better. So it just takes a little time to get the hang of it. But I tried to record while I was eating, sipping my coffee and reading. I tried, and I know that I'll get better at it if I keep doing it. Consistency is the key. So yeah, let's just circle back to the book now. In addition to the historical event, which is as obnoxious as the India-Pakistan partition, this book also deals with the themes of homosexuality. Our narrator protagonist has not been categorized into a specific box as to which side he lays his support. Instead, he has been found saying that I am on the side that wants to stop Sri Lankans from dying like this. And beside the political outlook on Sri Lanka, this book also deals with the themes of life and death. Our protagonist Maali Almeida wakes up in the afterlife and has absolutely no memory of how he died. He has no memory of his death and is confused as he finds himself in the afterlife. So this afterlife is like a purgatory between life and heaven or hell, a place where we are supposed to end up after we die. So this particular place in the work has been picturized like a visa office where everyone is supposed to do some kind of paperwork. They are supposed to get their ears checked, and after all of that process of the paperwork, they are assigned a set of moons, and these moons are, each moon represents a night. So after getting all of these moons assigned, they are to articulate and introspect upon their memories of the past, of their regrets and the things that they were supposed or they needed to do while they were alive. So after these set of moons or these set of nights that they spend in the afterlife, it is then that they finally get to see the light, or they finally get to know whether they have ended up in heaven or ended up in hell. So this is the setting of the book, okay, and it is a kind of fantasy, but there is a balance between the superficial supernatural elements and keeping it real. Maali Almeida has photographed such events that holds the potential to dethrone the government. Now these pictures are controversial in nature, and there are several people looking for this man, looking for our Maali Almeida, as to where he has safe kept all of these pictures, all of these proofs. So I understand, or I believe that this particular work can be looked upon as a satire on the bureaucracy. This in between has its own set of rules, and the people in the authority have a little demonic control over the others. So this basically questions the hierarchical order, and there's a rule in this book, in the setting of this book, that these people entering in the afterlife, or these souls coming into the afterlife, can travel or visit places, but these places are the only ones that they have traveled to or they have been to in their lives or when they were alive, and the places where their name has been uttered. So their movement has been restricted to the places where they have already been when they were alive, or the places their name was uttered. So yeah, and they can only travel with the help of the wind. So as fantastical as it is to read, it seems a little absurd, but it is not as overpowering on the reality that this book is trying to represent or to talk about. So let's just delve into a bit detail of the civil unrest in Sri Lanka. So the political leaders in the government represented the Sinhala majority, and absolutely no rights were given to the Tamil faction, to the Tamil community. In the year 1956, Sinhalese was made the official language in schools and offices. The Sinhalese were given reservation in several institutions, and there was absolutely no appeasement to the Tamil community. So as a consequence of this, the patience level of Tamilians, crossed its threshold. They picked up ammunition, and as a result of this, there was a formation of a group called the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, or LTTE, in the year 1976. And after this formation of LTTE, this raised a kind of succession war which faced the retaliation from the state. Now, if we try to understand the aspects of international relations, India was also affected by this, because there were Tamilians who migrated from India as plantation workers and were living in Sri Lanka. So obviously India was affected because of the civil unrest going on in Sri Lanka. Considering the balance between the fantastical nature of this book and the themes of reality, of civil unrest, of life and death, this book truly deserved to win the Booker Prize. But after reading this book, I would like to address one thing, that it is not a beginner friendly book. It is not too complicated, but not beginner friendly at the same time. And the reason being the narration style of this book, the narration technique being used, it's somewhere between the first person and third person narrative. The narrator has addressed himself as if he's viewing his life events externally, and has addressed himself as the readers by using the term you instead of I. For example, we can see that he says that you have seen dead bodies in the Bira lake, you have photographed, you have went to these events, you have seen this. So this sort of narration has been employed by the writer, and it makes it a bit confusing. You have to get a hang of it to understand or comprehend the meaning of this book. But all in all, this was a fantastic read. I had a great time reading it, as you might have seen. And yeah, as I have said before, I really love reading a historical fiction. Even though this is a fiction that tells so much to you about the historical events, about the past, all of those incidents that has happened. So it is an enriching experience to read such books. So yeah, that was all about this book and today's video. I really hope that you liked watching it. It was informative for you. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe so that I can make more such videos, get more books to read. Currently I am reading Wuthering Heights, and there's this, although I am reading it on Kindle, there's this one edition on Amazon. It's so it's prestigious, it's so majestic, the cover is so majestic. I just want to buy that particular work. So yeah, please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Increase the statistics of my channel so that I can purchase that book. It's quite out of my budget right now. So yeah, we will meet soon. Until then, stay happy, stay blessed, and please keep reading. Bye. Ciao. I mixed two of those things in one.